Hello and welcome to Car Firm. Today we have our 2013 Audi Rs5 with us. This car has a 4.2 litre petrol engine and it has a very smooth automatic gearbox. Now the reason I'll start with the gearbox is, like I said, it is very smooth. So regardless of which mode you've got it in, I've got it in comfort mode at the moment, so the aim of the game is obviously to be in the highest gear possible to increase the maximum amount of miles per gallon on this vehicle. But you don't buy an Rs5 to obviously think about the miles per gallon. So when you shift over to dynamic, that's when that gearbox really comes into play, because it downshifts immediately and it always keeps your gear higher in case you want that power there and then it's ready. You've got the Quattro 4-wheel drive system, so you never struggle for traction in a car like this, and combined with the horsepower and the torque in this, processing through that very fast gearbox, by the time Quattro is doing its job, there's no struggle for traction whatsoever. Now, which brings me on to my next point, and is the suspension. I'm sure, as you can see through the camera at the moment, it is really quite bumpy because this car has a very stiff suspension. However, that suspension obviously comes into use when you're on roads like this, country roads, or if you were ever to take this car onto a track, because that increases the handling of the vehicle very much. However, on a day-to-day basis, as long as you've got the car in comfort mode, suspension deals with most bumps and stuff on the road very well. In fact, it absorbs it so much that it doesn't actually feed through the chassis into the cabin of the car much at all. But when you're in dynamic mode, of course, you are going to get the bit of stiffness on the suspension. But the good thing is there's no knocks or bangs or anything like that coming from the suspension whatsoever. It drives very well, and I've been driving this car for about 11 or 12 miles now, and going through different modes, you feel the changes a lot. Steering, on the other hand, very straight and direct. There's no tracking or balancing issues there at all, and it gives you quite a bit of feedback as well. And it's, like I said, it is very direct, so you know where you're going at all times, so you can feel the wheels pointing at the direction, and the steering will obviously always corrects you as well if you are out of line with the turning and stuff like that, because the traction control is also very good in these cars. The other thing is the brakes. There's no brake juddering or shaking or anything like that. In fact, the brakes are very strong. Without doing a full emergency brake, I've tested the brakes out on this car, and like I said, you don't have to press it hard at all. In fact, I wish this red light changed so we could actually carry on driving this car. But like I said, it is a lot to take in. Obviously, being a big car with a massive 4.2 litre engine, a lot of power, but like I said, it is very easy to get used to. It's actually very easy to drive as well. So overall, I would say this car drives really well. And in fact, we've got the perfect opportunity now to demonstrate a bit of that power for you as well. There we are, we're at 60 miles an hour already. So it's just that single gear, because the rev range is so long, all the way to nearly 8,500 RPM, and that is more than enough to break the speed limit at any given moment. But that just comes to show, when you're in dynamic mode, when the gearbox is ready, the engine is ready, the moment you put your foot down, you've got that power there and then. There's no lag, there's no hanging around. So if you're interested in this car, head over to our website, carfirm.co.uk, where you can reserve it with a fully refundable £100, and we'll hold the fee for 7 days. We also offer very competitive finance packages, tailor-made mats, extended warranties and paint protection. So any questions regarding this vehicle or any of our services, feel free to get in touch, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.